Hey people, Uncle Dean here, coming to you from the Bitterroot Wilderness of Idaho, living on the edge and loving it. Got something here I want to show you. I've been working on this, excuse me, I've been working on this Bldc motor out of a washing machine, rewiring it. As you can see, we had one extra. It ain't gonna hurt him any. Believe you me, this thing's doing just fine without it. I mean, I could have left it there and rewired it, but it was easier that way. Anyway, what I've done is I've rewired. I took 9 coils, 3, a 6, and a 9, 120 degrees off from each other. And I've isolated them. I put a jumper from one side to the other side to continue the circuit, so that everything is still work, except that these 3, and it didn't matter where, and I didn't really put much science into picking the spot. I just picked the spot and made it work. But what you see is I had to pull the wire off of them, and I had to rewrap them. And but I done them all DC, that is right hand twist, and they're all in the same direction. And then one leg I took down and I tied them all together, and then the other leg, give you a better look here, see that? And the other legs I come down and I tied to the main leg coming in, which bonds all of these together. And it went from L1 to L1 to L1 and then out. L2, L2, L2 and out. L3, L3, L3 and out. Well, those wires, those are these guys right here that are braided in, that are braided up and going up to the motor control. Right up here at the motor control. See it? Simple. Yeah, about 25 bucks on eBay. Anyway, we got a rheostat to run it. Over here I got a analog tester. We got it hooked up. You'll notice it's set on 1,000. Okay? I got an amp gauge here we can check a few things with once we get it going. I'm going to start it up and get this thing moving and let you see what it'll do. I'm going to turn it on to high right off the get-go. Just so you can see. There's 1,050 volts right there. Let's see what the speed is on it. It's right around 2,000, I think, what I seen earlier. Okay, well, now I want to see what the amps are, what we're pulling on the motor legs coming from the control. And about 2 amps, give or take. Right on. 2 amps to run this, and it's spitting out 1,000 volts. Amperage, I'm not real sure about right now, but I know one thing. Down here's my leads. I got them hooked to a fan. I'm going to turn that on. Now you'll hear the motor bob down a little bit. Now we'll see how fast the old motors are going. Where's that tester set? Actually, it didn't bump it down too awful much, did it? It's down to about 1,025 volts now. Let's see real quick what the amperage is on the motor. Now that it's tugging a bit. Ooh, look at that. 3.4. Yeah, give or take. 3.4 amps under load so far. But it's running that fan just fine. It's on high and it's blowing pretty good. Give you some proof. Holding it up there. Anyways, yeah. Let me see how fast that thing's going now that it's under load. About 1100, I'd say. Mm-hmm. 1112, something like that. Anyway, yeah, what do you think of that, people? Why don't you give me some comments? Tell me what you think of this. I know that there's a possible power plant going on here. I mean, I've yet to contain it. You know, I haven't hooked it to no batteries or anything, or rectified it or nothing. But I think what I'll do is take a transformer and feed it through reverse, put it in on the high side, and spit it out some low voltage on the other side, and maybe it'll kick my amps up too. I'm gonna turn the fan off. You can hear it kick back up. And she returned real quick. Anyway, please give me some comments, people. I'd like to see some copycats out there. See what, you know, give a hand, see what you can do with this stuff. I think there's a lot of potential because you have a motor and an alternator in one. You don't got to be, you know, it don't have to be in a great big box. It can be contained very, very small because, you know, depending on the size and how much power you need. Anyway, Uncle Dean coming to you from the Bitterroot Wilderness. This guy, it looks like going to be a nice day out. Famous last words, GWG. Couldn't do it without him. Have a good one, brothers and sisters.